Alright, welcome back, and this is the third video in the series. And getting out the box here, the Tintypes from the box, I've been noticing is a reoccurring theme. Pulling out the top one here, and let's check it out. So this one we have here is in the frame now, so this is the first one we actually have in the frame, and it's not actually in too bad a shape here. It's obviously got some scratches here, and it's loose on the bottom there, but slightly bent there on the bottom left, but there is some text on the back you can see. I do clean that up later on in Photoshop with some leveling, and I am able to get that text to come through and figure out where it's from. But you see, the photo's actually still glued into the frame. Just the bottom there is open. Other than that, you can see I actually do know who that person is. The gentleman in the top left. He's in some other photos of ours, so I do know who that is. I don't know who the other 5 people are, but you can see there's tons and tons of dust on here, and typical kind of cardboard frame, but lots and lots of dust on here. And then the image itself is pretty bad, and this ended up being really literally my limit of Photoshop. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to come back a little later or get somebody else to do this a little bit more professionally than I can do it. My skills just aren't there. So, but I do clean up the faces a little bit. Didn't measure the Tintype itself, but this is the whole thing's about 3 by 4.5 inches. And as always, before I scan it, I get the sable brush out and just lightly wipe across the photo, get all the dust I can off before the scan. Cleaning up the frame as well, just to try to get all the detail in this when I scan it in there. This photo I did scan the back to have a record of the back of it as well. Especially with the text on there, I'm able to identify the actual gallery that it was taken. Not much there as far as the little vignette hole there, but just the metal. That's pretty much got the dust off of it. Maybe a couple more pieces, but can never get all of it off. And in Photoshop here, scanned it in, and keeping the original. But then I've got another copy here that I'm doing here just to try to get these false colors here to bring out the opposite color. So the goal here is not to make this look good, but it's just to bring out the text so I can actually make out the letters here. Yeah, I've got the Delphi is the city. I can see there's a little comma there, Indiana. Gallery, it's pretty easy to see that. The top word there was a little bit more difficult, but I was actually really surprised I was able to get the text out. So you can see me going through the false colors there just to enhance the opposite color of the red text, or the pink text there. So then I did a quick little search and actually found the photographer. Just looking around the web here, looking at some of his other photos, but he actually existed. So now I'll clean up the front here. Like I said before, it's at my limit for my Photoshop abilities here. I'm not a professional Photoshop restorer or anything like that. I'm just doing this for my family photos. So cleaned up some of the faces here, but then in the future here, we'll hopefully be able to get it to a little bit more professional of a person to clean it up a little bit better. But for now, just trying to get the faces here, and could have spent way more time on this. But got a full-time job, and so don't really can't spend 8 hours on this thing cleaning it up. So hopefully just clean it up here, keep it in a better shape for the faces, so we can store this digitally at least. I did go back here and try the dust and scratch tool, or filter I mean, and once again it just makes it really too blurry. So yeah, lightened up the photo, made it a little bit nicer here for the contrast, the highlights and the shadows. And there's the before there. And you can see on the after I did fix a little bit of the frame, but also in the after I lightened up everybody. And that's it. And if you enjoyed that, and you think that you want to see some more of that, please subscribe, hit the like button. I will be making the rest of the box you saw at the beginning of the video, so thanks for joining me.